Cat Audio.
Today's episode highlights Lindsey Christian. She is a cycle harmony coach and an all-around girl's girl. So many times in this episode, Maddie and I both were just like laid out by her knowledge and just her like gentle and affirming way. She is not only like just shown up in my life as like this bright, beautiful light of like gentle reassurance, but as also just like this genuine like wealth of knowledge. And I'm so excited to empower you guys, our listeners, with the beautiful words and inspiration of Lindsey. So please enjoy this episode. So with that, I invite you to get into a nice, comfortable seated position. You can soften your gaze or close your eyes. There is no right or wrong way to show up in this moment. Take a deep breath in the nose and let it out with a sigh through the mouth. And I invite you to come as you are and take what you need. Lindsey, hello. Thank you so much for being on the Take What You Need the podcast. I'm so excited to get into conversation with you. And I was just telling Maddie right before we jumped on, like, you've been this gentle guiding force in my life for like just in the short month that I've known you, 2 months that I've known you. And now we're finally doing it. So welcome to the Take What You Need the podcast.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
It was a tit for tat. I was on her podcast, now she's on our podcast, and it's just the best thing ever. So excited to dive into your story. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling super good.
I'm happy to hear that. So I always like to start off the conversation with, when did you know you were magic?
When did I know I was magic? Okay, I think I learn this every day.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's some new magic that happens, and I'm like, hey, that was pretty cool. So I think that's like a 24-hour reoccurrence for
That's
me.
really good. That's a big turnover for a lot. That's really a lot of magic you're turning over there.
I mean, even when like everything is just in the dumps and I come out of it, I'm like, we survived it. You know, we're on a new day, and that's magic to me personally.
Oh, yeah.
So it all depends on your perspective.
100%. I mean, I think that's a really good way to look at it, and to be able to like name your resilience, name your ability. That bounce back goes crazy. You know what I mean? Like, it's nice to be able to see it and call it magic. I find often people, and maybe this is something you've come across in your work too, when people overcome something, they're like, whoo, okay, next, you know. No acknowledgement of the magic.
Yeah, it's like, did you just realize what you just got out of?
No, I'm like, I'd prefer never to look back.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I never want to know.
Let's delete
that.
that.
I'm like, no, we don't look back,
undo.
only forward.
Yes.
So tell me more about your journey up until this point. What's led you to this place?
Absolutely. Well, today I'm now a cycle coach, and I help with women balancing their hormones and their cycles and all of that. But my origin story begins in the line of burnout.
Oof.
So we'll take you back a little bit, because it's always interesting how these kinds of things, such as a hormonal imbalance or something like that, happens. Like, how does this occur, especially when you're fine, and then all of a sudden your body just doesn't work anymore. So let's go back to about 2022. It's been like 2 years now. Working a very high pressure job. I mean, it was my dream job. I mean, I'll say that. It was what I manifested. Super successful video producer, creating commercials all over the country.
Wow.
Like, it was great. But it eventually got to be a lot more job roles change
Mm.
and it became a lot more pressure. In that pressure, you then feel that need to be like, I can't do this. I need to work for myself. Like
Mm.
this is too
Yeah.
much. I want to start my own thing because, it's after COVID. It's a lot of, hey, we need you back in the office. We need you to do X, Y, and
Mm.
Z. And it's like, I can't do all of this.
Mm.
And in just having a lot of stress, I started to notice things happening like my memory was like scary, where I
Mm.
can't literally remember things or I'm mixing up numbers, which
Mm.
is it's just not normal for me at all.
Mm.
Like
Mhm.
I was like mixing up all of my doctor's appointments with the times and the dates.
Oh.
So, say for instance, the day was on December 10th, but the time was at noon. I'd switch it and think it was for December 12th at 10.
Oh.
And people were calling me like, "Hey, where are you at?" I'm like, "Yeah, no, it's in 2 days." They're like, "No, it was 20 minutes ago." And I'm like, "Oh my God."
Ugh.
So that was like my first sign to realize something's not right.
Yeah.
Like this is a bit too much. Like my brain can't really handle all
Yeah.
this. So that starts to push me into wanting to go into entrepreneurship where, you have the freedom and you could do all this kind of stuff. All right. Well, going into entrepreneurship when you don't know what you're doing is probably far worse.
Totally. Totally.
Burnout
Literally.
level of burnout.
Literally.
Like because now you're like, what am I
Literally
doing?
no escape.
And there's so much that comes up for you that you don't even know you're gonna come
Yeah.
across, like self-worth and all like just all this
Oh
stuff
yeah.
that you're like, I just wanted to make more money and feel free and do what I
Mm.
needed to do.
Mm.
Well, I'm doing that on top of working my
Wow.
job, and in that I then get into a new relationship, which was great,
Mhm.
manifested it, but it's still a
Yeah.
change. It's still something that I'm having to adjust towards. So it's like, okay, we got three things I'm juggling right
Yeah.
now. And then it was just one of those cluster years. I don't know if
Mm.
you ever had
Oh
one of
yeah, babe.
those where it was just like one thing after
Girl.
another.
2024.
Um, is
2024. Yes. Cluster fuck of a year. Yes. Anyways.
just a cluster. So we got already the stress of the
Mm.
job, trying to do my little side hustle
Totally.
thing, um, trying to manage this new
Yeah.
relationship. And then there's this whole issue that happened with one of my really close family members,
Mm.
and it brought up lots of heavy emotion of just feeling resentment and betrayal
Mm.
and anger and shock and just all of
Yeah.
this. And it triggered even childhood wounds
Yeah.
as well. And it's like, okay, I just need I
Right.
just need a
Right.
break.
Right.
And in that, I'm also noticing how my body is starting to slow down. I
Mm.
don't have as much energy. I don't feel as
Yeah.
vibrant. I start picking up more weight,
Mhm.
which it's like, okay,
Yeah.
picking up weight.
Right.
All right, I'm stressed. All right, whatever. I'll work out later on. I'll get it off when I'm in a good space. And it'll be all
Yeah.
good. It'll be all good. And then my dog, I know it sounds like, when people start listing all these like horrible stories, it's like, really? But seriously, it was
No.
happening.
Yeah.
My dog then ran into testicular cancer. So he's
Oh.
now peeing every 2 hours
Wow.
and waking me up
Right.
every two
That's
hours.
stress.
Yeah, so I'm literally under a lot of stress,
Yeah.
emotionally,
Mhm.
physically, work demands, pressure, and then I'm literally not getting more than 3 hours of sleep for about 3 to 4 months.
Oof.
That's awful.
Yeah.
So I just like totally shut down. Like
Mm.
mood wise, I was just not there.
Mm.
I couldn't lose the weight no matter how much I tried. I gained about 30
Mm.
pounds
Mhm.
in just like a few
Mm.
months. That is just not normal for my body. I'm used to being like really small, super high metabolism.
Mm.
Like I'm one of those people I just can't keep
Mm.
weight
Oh, I
on
see. Mhm.
type body types.
Mhm.
So for me to not be able to lose it, I knew that was like a major issue.
Mm. Mhm.
And so I'm like, I'm literally walking like 5 miles a day, cutting back on eating tons of food,
Mm.
like feeling miserable, and I'm gaining more weight. Like this is really weird.
Mm.
Like, what is
Mm-hmm.
this?
Mm-hmm.
And so that kind of sparked my whole journey into learning how do I take care of myself? How do I take care of my body in this state as I don't know what to do?
Mm-hmm.
I went to my doctor and, I expressed to her, like, I feel like I'm having some kind of hormonal issue. I'm getting like tons of chin hair.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know where this is coming from. Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
And she was just like, I mean, you can go on birth control.
Mm.
And I'm like, no, that's
Yeah, that's not the
no,
solution. Yeah.
that's not what I'm trying to do here. I'm
Right.
trying to like figure out what's going on. And she's like, well, I mean, if you find out you have a hormone imbalance, like what do you intend to do with that information? Like, I don't really know what to tell you. You're getting older
Mm.
and you can just that's the only option
Well.
is to go on birth control.
Mm.
And I was just like, okay, well, I mean, I just kind of want to know what's going on with my body, but
Yeah.
cool. And I get the results back, and it was like, yeah, you're in normal ranges, like you're good. And I'm like, there's no way I'm good.
Right.
Like,
Right.
I am miserable right
Right.
now.
Right.
So I literally had to learn everything for myself because, like,
Mm.
I went to a
Yeah.
doctor and there was no help.
Mm.
So from there, I just tried the whole holistic
Yeah.
route, went through the whole wellness journey, got
Mm-hmm.
acupuncture, chiropractor. Like, I just try to dive in as much as I can and learn everything in that
Yeah.
journey. Trying different foods, studying the whole nine
Yeah.
yards. In that was like about a year, so that takes me up to like end of
Mm-hmm.
2023. Finally get in a space where I'm like, I'm okay.
Yeah.
And then I get laid off
Mm. Mm.
from a new job
Mm.
in that. And I
Mm-hmm.
was like, oh my
Mm-hmm.
God,
The hits just keep
why do
on.
you hate me, life? Why do you hate me?
It's so real.
It's so messed
It's
up.
so messed up.
What
It
is
just
this?
does not stop. The hits just keep on coming.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it made no
Mm-hmm.
sense. So in that, I finally try to get control over my body, but now I'm like, well,
Mm-hmm.
I gotta find a way to make more money
Sure.
because I literally like how am I gonna survive? Like, it's this
Oh yeah.
craziness.
Oh yeah.
And then a month later, my dad is like, "Oh, I'm diagnosed with an incurable cancer."
Oh
Oh
babe.
my
Oh
God.
babe.
You gotta be kidding me.
Right.
Like,
Right.
so that was literally 1 month after I got laid off. My dad tells me like he's diagnosed with bone cancer. And so
Mm.
I'm like, all right, I don't know what to do, Lord. Like, help me.
Mm.
So by March, like I'm one of those
Mm-hmm.
people, I can't I know where my mind can go. I
Mm.
know how I can be,
Yeah.
and it's very scary when it gets to depression. So
Yeah.
I try very hard to not get there. And the best way I know
Mm-hmm.
how to get out of that is to do some kind of challenge where I can redirect my mind.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
And that's when I just kind of pulled all the information I learned from the previous year
Mm-hmm.
of like wellness for
Yeah.
women to pulling together a challenge for other women to
Mm.
come in
Mm-hmm.
and we can kind of like be the support for one
Yeah.
another and all of that. Well, that kind of sparked this new journey
Mm.
for stepping into the feminine wellness
Yeah.
space and I was like, okay, well this is fun.
Mm.
I could focus my energy on
Yeah.
this and from there, I felt limited though.
Mm.
I felt like, I mean, I learned a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, mind-wise, I can shift some things, spirit-wise, like I've focused on energy work for a very long
Yeah.
time. Like that's
Yeah.
cool. But I felt limited when it came to the body.
Mm.
So I was like, well, in order to just kind of help any women along the way, I just want to be a little more knowledgeable about just how our system
Yeah.
works. And so in that came across this certification for being a cycle
Oh,
coach. And I
nice.
was like, oh, that sounds cool. I just wanted to learn about our cyclical nature. I had no intention about being a coach at all. I just wanted to
Yeah.
learn. And as soon as I learned that, it literally opened this entire door of
Mm.
like, wow.
Yeah.
Like we have all been gaslit our entire lives.
Mm.
Our bodies are absolutely
Yeah.
incredible, and every woman needs to know this information. So once I learned it, I had no intention of going in that
Yeah.
space. Like, I just couldn't close that door anymore. And so now I'm in a space
Mm-hmm.
where I am helping other women along their journey of getting themselves back to where they want to be
Yeah.
and flourishing and thriving. And loving our bodies. So that's where I'm at.
It's so refreshing to hear your story because of just how much like pivoting has had to happen, right? Like just again that like you're like okay, like I'm gonna another mountaintop, all right, let's climb it, here we go, and then it's like and another one, okay, here I go, you know. But I just really, again, I think it speaks to like your spirit and that sense of resilience, and also like the fact that like you were trying to get help along the way and it was just one of those like, well, damn it, I'll just do it myself. And like that can also like there's so many points where you could have been like discouraged, and I'm sure like obviously like when we kind of graze over our entire like hero's journey up until this point, it seems like, and I just pivoted and I kept it moving, sister, you know, and I did it and it feels so good or whatever, and like that doctor being so unhelpful was just like the push that I needed, you know.
Oh my god.
So like in the moment recounting it may feel that way, but in those moments like I just have to give you your flowers, because like those are all moments that you could have been like, I throw in the damn towel. Like, I don't care anymore. Like, I don't want to know anymore. I don't want to see anymore. Like, I'm good. I'm good to stay where I'm at. But the fact that you're that like fighting nature to be like, nope. Like maybe there was some time, right? Obviously there's room for all those emotions. But then there was some time where you're like, okay, but I'm going to turn this into something. I think that just makes you like a true alchemist. Like in my midst, like you are a true alchemist. Like, okay, like I'm gonna take this fucking horrible thing that you've just told me and I'm gonna turn it into something powerful and potent and useful. Where you can, you know what I mean, where you can, where it can be useful, where it can be potent, where it can be powerful. But yeah, I mean, I commend you, I see you. I think a lot of people just need to continue to hear how hard shit is and just how much like work and effort gets put into these things, because like it's so easy, I think, on social media, like we package it right and we make it this beautiful perfectly curated experience and people buy into it or they don't or whatever, they like it, they share it, whatever. But the reality is like this is a real person sitting behind you with all of this stuff that I've dealt with, and I'm just applying it for you to, you know, to empower yourself. So I think it's really important to highlight these things that are like, dude, it was so fucking hard and I literally hated it. It was so bad and I'm so pissed. Like I'm resonating so much with that, like the entrepreneur journey of like, I found the thing that I love and I need to just make money doing the thing that I love. Like I'm a very simple woman with very simple wants. Like I'm not trying to change the world here. Maybe a little bit, let's be honest. Maybe a little. But yeah, to think and like to go in so blind and being like, oh my god, like what was I thinking, like what am I doing? I totally completely understand, and there's so many, it just calls for so many pivots.
Yes, absolutely.
So many pivots. And I'm sure like sitting here today or like even 2022 Lindsay looking at 2024 Lindsay is like, whoa, like I didn't even think that this was the possibility of the realm of possibility of what I would be doing with my life.
Not at all. Not at all. Like, I mean, I've always been in this space of wanting to like motivate people and be like, you can do it. Like,
and you're so good at it. Your listeners, she's so good at it. Oh my God. Constantly, like out of the blue will text me and be like, I got a feeling. How are you doing? I'm like, not good, Lindsay. Every time she texts me, but she just continues to show up and you got this. We can do it. And I'm like, okay. Thank you.
Are you sure?
Really. But I love that we can be real too and be like, girl, I don't have it. And you're like, I get you. It's okay. You know,
that's okay. That's okay to not have it. It's all right. That's all right.
Yes.
We'll have it tomorrow or a week from there.
Yes.
So, I mean, I've always kind of been in that space. So if I were to go back and say like, hey, you're going to motivate other women, I'd be like, oh, right.
Duh.
That's right. Not surprised. Yeah. But if you were to tell me even last year, like you're going to help other women heal their bodies from something they didn't think they could heal from, I'd be like, how?
Right. You're like, no.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, are you sure?
Yeah.
Like, I don't, like, no.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
No. But, yeah. So.
That is literally it in a nutshell. No. Yeah. That's it. That's it. That's it. I completely resonate with that. I find myself, I think, in my journey, I find myself like, I find a lot of resistance within myself. I'm like, I don't want to do it. If I'm being
Mm.
real, I'm like, no, thank you. It's okay. I know it's,
Not
I know it's
interested.
my soul's noble quest. Like, I know, like, I have, it's unavoidable. It is happening, whether I like it or not, right? They're gonna take me with them. But I just find myself like being on this journey. Maybe I'm just a little stubborn too, and I like to feign a little sense of control here and every now and again, like assert my dominance or what I think is dominance. And it's just, the reality is I'm just being a brat. But I
Do
like,
you have Taurus in
no,
there?
I don't. I have no Taurus.
Oh, wow.
It's just trauma. It's being a parentified eldest daughter. It's
Oh, yeah,
it's,
that
yeah, that'll
too.
do it.
I am that too. Yeah, it will.
There is actually, I do have Taurus in my fourth house. Taurus in my fourth house. So yes, a little Taurus. Yes, a little Taurus.
Okay.
But
Yeah, we could be a little
yeah,
stubborn. I have it in my rising,
oh, okay,
so.
okay. Yeah, I definitely find myself just, it's just me being like, well, I call the shots, when the reality is like I'm just on the ride and I get to show up and do the thing, and I'm
Mhm.
lucky and it's great, but it's hard. So I'm just like, how about I don't? How about I'm not gonna do that?
And then like, all
They're like,
right,
oh, you don't want to do it? We're gonna make this the worst year of your life. I'm like, okay.
pretty
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
Pretty much. It will
Right,
do that. I
right.
do know that for sure. Like soul manifestation is a thing and it will
Yes.
take over the
Yes.
ego manifestation. And
Yeah.
you'll be like, why is all this happening? And
Yeah.
like, you'll see.
Yeah. Oh,
You'll
she's
see
gonna
at the
see. You're
end.
gonna see. Yeah.
This is unnecessary. I just want to be a normal person and just live.
Girl, you just took from your lips to God's
Hmm.
ears, sister. I legitimately was just thinking today. I'm in a huge pivot in my life, and I've been fighting the flow for a long time. And I'm moving back home. It's decided. It's happening. I'm doing it.
Oh,
It's
okay.
happening. This is the move. And I've been fighting it though. I didn't want to. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to face
Yeah.
what's there. I don't want to face what's there. But it's ultimately a part of what's happening, and I literally was like, okay, fine. I'll go back, but I'm going to be a human and I'm going to have a normal job and I'm going to do normal people things and ignore all of this other stuff. It was me like bargaining this morning while I'm packing up all my belongings. I'm just like, fine, I'll do this, but I'm going to be really normal about it. And I'm going to work at this little dress shop and completely ignore everything that I've grown to become in my time. Like,
Aw. They're
excuse me.
like,
The girl,
no, she
girl,
won't.
girl, just pack your socks and stop talking. I'm like, okay. Do you find that when you, in your moments of pivot or like moments of change, and when you're alchemizing these things, does it feel like an invitation and you're like, I'm accepting this invitation and here I go? Or is it like, what is that process like for you when you're in the middle of alchemy? If it can even be put into
Mm.
words.
Um, whatever the words are, it's consistent
Mm-hmm.
because it's a very familiar process. It's
Okay.
the same energy every single
Yeah.
time. I don't know that I've necessarily set with it. It is always this
Mm-hmm.
process of feeling very
Totally.
frustrated, feeling blocked up,
Mm.
feeling like you're hitting a wall, feeling like there's a dead
Yeah.
end, and then a surrender
Mm-hmm.
mode
Mm-hmm.
that happens, and then something
Yeah.
shifts. And then in that, there's like this little whisper, but it's very direct,
Yeah.
it's very clear, and it's like, do this.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, I'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's like a little door
Mm-hmm.
that
Mm-hmm.
opens, and then eventually there's like this big ass tunnel right after you open that door,
Yeah.
and there's just more things that happen. And then you kind of even forget about whatever state you were in when you were frustrated. Like, I don't know, it's like this weird, like
Mm-hmm.
evolving state, I
Yeah.
guess. But it happens to me like throughout my whole life. I know when I'm in this space of feeling extremely frustrated
Right.
or like nothing's
Yeah.
working, or I just want this to work out,
Yeah.
something shifts within a day or two.
Mm,
It's just very consistent for me. That's how it typically
that makes
goes.
sense. I've been in this chapter in my life, my kind of like heart song has been like, is this challenging or is this like wrong? And like when I find myself coming up against resistance, I often like want to
Hmm.
throw, like, I'm like, oh, is this just hard? And I'm just like being met, I'm being met up against, friction or whatever. Do I keep pushing past the friction?
Hmm.
Do I keep going? Or is this like, do I need to pivot? Is this completely a dead end? Is this a
Hmm.
dead end? And
Hmm.
someone asked me recently on Black Magic Woman, like, what are your tips and tricks for that? Like, how do you know? And I'm like, baby, I don't know. The tips and tricks is I throw everything at this thing with the resistance, and I just keep trying and I keep trying and I keep trying until I reach that point of surrender where I'm like, okay, this
Hmm.
is wrong. I didn't want it to be wrong, but it's just not the thing, and I need to move away from this. That's the tip
Hmm.
and trick for the person that asked is it's just I just try. I just keep pushing. I just to see, is this just hard? Do I just keep going? Is this just challenging me in a way that like I just need to like, this is helping me grow. I'm going to be able to apply this tool to someone else or something else, or is this just like this
Hmm.
is the dead end that I'm reaching? How
Hmm.
do you has that happened for you too? Does that feel familiar as well for you?
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm typically the not a complete pivoter,
Okay.
but pivot in certain
Yeah.
areas. I try to see, is there something that's
Mm.
working? What's not
Mhm.
working? Let's shift it because it's not
Yeah.
working. If it's not working, it's not
Right.
working. I'm not going to waste more of my time.
Mm.
Like life is way too short
Mm.
in
Mhm.
this
Yeah.
space. If I'm not reaching my intention that I set for
Yeah.
myself, I need to change something in my
I see.
process. So I will give it a little
Yeah.
time. But not there's like no movement.
Yeah.
That's kind of like my
Got
answer.
it.
It doesn't mean like pour all into one thing. Oh, this didn't work. Start all over in this new
Right.
direction. Like,
Right.
not
Mhm.
necessarily, because I feel like everything that we learn, everything we pick up, it all leads to
Oh, right.
something. We don't always know exactly what that's gonna
Totally.
be, but like literally, even the most insignificant things that you could think
Yeah.
of still lead to
You're
something.
right.
So I just try to see, like, okay, try to take like put on a little like testing
Yeah.
hat
Totally.
and like look at life through that lens
Yeah.
and be like, all right, listen, like even if it's not necessarily the particular goal that's not working,
Right.
is there a thought process
Mm.
that is there a story you're telling yourself
Mm.
that's not working? Is there a limiting belief that you're
Mm.
repeating in your mind that's not working?
Mm.
Is there the way that you're communicating not working? There's
Mm.
so many things
Mhm.
in that process
Mhm.
that could not be working, that could even be like the smallest tweaks.
Right.
But it's a matter of just like listening and like
Mm.
slowing down and trying
Mm.
to like shift subtly
Yeah.
instead of like totally ripping everything up and like throwing it.
Right.
It takes me a long time to just throw something away when I've invested a lot of myself into it because
Mm.
it's like a part of
Yeah.
me. And sometimes there is that like that feeling when it has left you. That feeling when it's
Mm.
like this just doesn't it doesn't light me up.
Mm.
It doesn't give me life. It doesn't give me passion. It doesn't give me fire.
Yeah.
I'm like resisting it. I don't want to do it
Right.
anymore.
Right.
Like that's a sign that it's like we've kind of evolved. We've moved on from this. We've
Right.
graduated. We're moving in a new direction. Okay, we can kind of fade this out.
Right.
Still take what we've learned, but fade it out,
Mm.
move on to something
Yeah.
new. If we're feeling like this frustrated energy, like, this didn't work, toss it.
Mm.
It didn't work in the time that I wanted it to work
Yes.
out, toss
Yes,
it.
yes.
That's a little different.
Right, right. That's fair. I think
Yeah.
that's all very human to like
Yes.
obviously like I feel like when I'm hearing you say this like this like a combing of data almost is kind
Mm-hmm.
of what I'm seeing,
Yeah.
and it feels like very neutral. It's just like I'm just
Mm-hmm.
looking at the data. I'm looking at what I've
Yeah.
collected up until this point, and I'm piecing through, okay, was it my mindset? Was it this thing? Could it be this thing? Um, were you always like that? Was it always like a very like call me data? Okay. I was gonna say because like I'm an emotional human being, and so like for me, like I have to go through like how many stages of grief are there? I go through twice as many. Like I'm gonna
Yeah.
feel it all. I'm gonna feel it all, and then I can comb through the data. But at the time, like I'm gonna feel it and scream into the void and do what I have to do to get to that place. But yeah.
Yeah. That's typically how I would handle things in the past,
Mm,
and then it just got too exhausting for my nervous system,
mm,
and I'm
mm.
like, this isn't working either.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, it's just not. I mean, like I said, I mean, you do it for 30
right.
years, and it's like, yeah, it's my process, but we can have other
Oh yeah,
processes, you know?
things can
So,
change.
yeah, for sure. I think I didn't really get to this point until honestly, like certain jobs,
Yeah, yeah.
were just so look at the data. And it's like, well, shit, it's not always the
Right,
data, but
right.
it did help me.
Yeah.
I needed to
Mm,
have some kind of logical thinking
yeah.
to balance out my emotional energy. I am Cancer Sun and Moon,
Wow. Uh-huh.
so
You
I
feeling it?
I have lots of
Yes,
feelings. I
yes.
do. But when it comes to certain things
Yeah,
like work or something like
yeah.
that, or anything that I'm like pouring myself into, stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that, I want to win,
Yeah, yeah.
and like sometimes my emotions,
Oof.
they'll spiral me away from the whole like
Yeah.
goal that I need some of those days
Sure.
where I just have a little
Yeah, yeah,
tantrum,
yeah.
feel
Oh yeah.
it, get it all
Oh yeah.
out, say all the
Yep.
things, but then I like bounce back
Totally. Yeah,
immediately.
that makes
Yeah.
a lot of sense. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think there's like not one way to have this kind of process, but
No.
I do love hearing the way that you're doing this process because I'm like, okay, I can see a little bit of my process in this, but also I'm like, oh, I'm okay, I maybe could tighten up a little bit. I could probably stand to feel a little like less. I mean, those days that I'm like I tease it out. I need to be felt and heard, seen, felt by myself and my team and whatever, and then I'm able to like, okay, this is what I have to do, marching orders, whatever the case, look over the data. But
Yep. Yep.
I do
Absolutely.
agree with that idea of um like at what cost, like to your nervous system or like to like yeah to your process, to your nervous system, and like okay, we're still gonna get there, but like how can I get there with the least amount of friction or scarring or like scar tissue?
Damage.
Yeah, damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah,
That
absolutely.
makes a lot of
For
sense.
sure.
But yeah, I mean, it's hard. And also, a lot of people can relate to with this idea of like burning out and being, I think a burnout, unfortunately, is a big telltale sign for a lot of people that creates a lot of the pivots in this world and the changes that people, the
Yes.
necessary changes, because it's like once you, what is that saying? Like, if you keep ignoring the signs, like your body will decide for you, basically. And like,
Mm-hmm.
and burnout's not something that you can just like sleep it off over a weekend. Like there's
No.
layers to that. There's layers to that burnout.
Yeah.
And on top of like
Yeah.
you said starting your like entrepreneur journey, and you said there was like so much shadow work hiding and waiting for you there too. It's like you're just your body, your brain, your systems are literally like all activated. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you're taking in so much information and processing so much at
Yes.
once, and also like excuse me, from like not all of your cylinders.
Yeah. Absolutely. Like you literally can't think clearly.
Right, right.
And it's real hard to run any kind of business if
Mm.
you're not thinking
Mm-hmm.
clearly, if you are just not, you got to be really like tip top
Yeah.
on
Right.
yourself. Like your health has to be A1.
Right.
Otherwise, I mean, it's based on
I
you.
was gonna say that.
It's your
Yep.
business.
It's
It's
you.
an extension of
It's
you.
you.
So,
Mm.
yeah, yeah, it's if you're not there, if you're not together, if you're not prioritizing yourself, it will fall apart.
Right.
So it's no point in like burnout is nothing to play
Yeah.
with. And I laugh at times when there's like articles or like news stories
Mm-hmm.
and they talk about burnout and they're like, take a break or take a day off if you need to,
Right.
or talk to your manager about blah blah blah.
Right.
It's like it's garbage.
Yeah.
Like don't understand like burnout is not just you feeling super stressed out or you're overwhelmed, like it literally it will kill you. Like it will
Mm-hmm.
shut down your entire
Mm-hmm.
system. It is nothing to play with,
Mm-hmm.
and it gets worse
Mm-hmm.
progressively.
Mm-hmm. If you keep like putting like
Yeah.
band-aid solutions, like taking a
Yeah.
break or like yeah, like those are all things that like yes, in a normal functioning, let's say healthy society, these things would
Exactly.
be that would work.
Helpful. Yeah.
That would work. But
Yeah.
that's that's a literal a band-aid solution to this like you're missing an arm, you're missing a limb, you know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah, because
mhm.
I mean, you wouldn't reach burnout to begin with if there was a strong foundation.
Mm,
So
mm,
if you're running into burnout, there's a foundation issue. You
mm.
can't fix that by taking a day
Right.
off. That's you're gonna go right back
Oh yeah.
to the foundation being broken.
100%.
So
And that environment isn't changing. It's yeah,
exactly, it's the
it's the
same
same
exact
stressful
thing.
environment that I used to work in startups out of college.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I used to work in startups and that was like I liked the excitement and the fast pace like I liked the idea of like working towards something like as a common
Mm-hmm.
goal. I thought that was really cool. I liked the community aspect of it. I liked like talking to people and I enjoyed like yeah, like we're just a bunch of like scrappy teens. We're all like in our late 20s. But like you know what I mean? Like it's like for the Ninja Turtles and we're just like working towards a common goal. But I did really like that like fast-paced nature and then obviously like it just wears on you and you think that's what you have to do though. That's like the thing I find often is people being like, well, that's what you do. You just work yourself into the grave. That's what you do. You have to do it and it has to feel like that. And you're not productive if you're not running yourself into the ground for this company. And I
Yep.
think there's a lot of like change happening or like discourse happening around like the workplace and I
Mm-hmm.
mean capitalism and you know just like our society and what's happening with our lives and I think people are realizing like oh like hold on and like more people are being like hold on this is actually not working whereas it just like a few
Yeah.
people few squeaky wheels right and now it's like
Mm-hmm.
it's becoming this bigger overarching issue or just like something that's being brought to the attention of the masses of like actually this isn't how we're supposed to live.
Yeah.
And that brings me to this thought of like we there's so much information out in the world, right? And you were saying like and now you
Mm-hmm.
get to use it to like this with all of like the cycle healing and being a cycle coach and using that knowledge like you said we've been gaslit our entire lives to think that we're
Yeah.
just like these broken systems that will just never know peace. Like we're all
Yeah.
meant to just feel bad all the time.
Right. It's so messed up.
It's so ridiculous. Like what's that meme? It's like I go to the doctor and I'm like everybody's got anxiety and depression, right? And the doctor's like no, they don't. Like and you're like, "Oh shit. Really?
Huh?
Really?" Like, "Oh fuck," you know.
Oops.
But yeah, even just to with the even kernel of knowledge of like, "Oh, this can be different. This can be different. This
Mhm.
doesn't have to be that way." Is already like so empowering in its own right.
Yeah, it really is. It truly
I
is.
just think it's sad to think that we live in a world where it's easier to just distract than to empower.
Mm-hmm.
And then to be able to have this knowledge, like I couldn't even imagine what it was like when you were acquiring all this knowledge and you're just like, it could have been, I mean, I'm sure it's not easy, right? I don't know. It's not easy. I don't know. But I'm like, it just could have been so different. I would be probably like kind of pissed off, I imagine.
Yeah. I get angry about stuff every day
Oh, mm-hmm.
because it's like knowing the truth about stuff
Yes.
and everyone doesn't know the
Yes.
truth, but it's frustrating because you try to tell the truth
Mm-hmm.
and people are like, "No, that's not the
Yeah.
truth." It's like, "Oh,
Literally.
I
Literally.
promise it
It
is. Come
is.
over to the other
Literally. It
side.
is. It could just be so simple or simpler. It doesn't even have to be easy. Just
Promise.
simpler. Yeah.
We can do this.
Yeah. It can
Um,
heal. You can heal. You can heal.
yeah, yeah, you really can. And I don't blame women for not
Of
knowing
course.
like how to take care of their bodies because literal doctors are spreading misinformation. Like
Mm-hmm.
it is
Mm-hmm. It
bad.
is.
And I wouldn't have known that. I would blindly trust
Of
them because
course.
I'm like,
You're a
well,
doctor.
I mean, I see your title, I
Mm-hmm.
see your lab coat. Yeah, like this must be it.
Right.
Like, I guess this is just a part of being a woman. Like, we're just supposed to suffer, I guess. Like,
Literally. It's so, yeah, and like the fact that like I'm not opposed to birth control. I like it's served me well in my life, and I think it's a perfectly fine option. However, that can't be the only option, because what if it doesn't work for everybody?
yeah,
And like just to, again,
yeah.
like another band-aid solution. Well, you can get on birth control. And like I was dying when you were like, "Oh, that doctor was like, "Well, what do you plan to do with this information when you know it?" It's like, "Bitch, just fucking use it, bitch." Like, fuck you. Like, what? Why are you asking me that? Like,
Right.
that's so
Like,
dystopian and weird that you would even inquire that.
yeah, and then she tried to put it on like, well, I mean, you are getting older. I mean, this, you're in
Girl,
your 30s, so I mean,
what?
this is just there's nothing to be ashamed of. And I'm
Oh,
like, I'm
okay.
sorry, I am not going to just like,
Accept
I
this.
don't know. It was just
Yeah,
no.
that would be my villain. That would be my villain origin story. That one doctor's appointment would be my villain origin story. I would go crazy. I would go fucking crazy. Like, and you're just getting like, girl.
I know. I know.
It's not.
I
It's
know.
it's so sad to think that we put so much pressure on our 20s to be the time that like we peak, you know what I mean? And then we're just
It's like,
like,
oh, gee,
yeah,
thanks.
literally. And then like for the next what, 40, 50, 60, 70 years, we're just like couch cushions. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like that makes literal no sense because if you think about
Mhm.
it, that would only be what, like 10 years of your
Right.
life, and your brain doesn't even develop fully until you're 26. So
Right.
you mean to tell me I only have what, four
Right.
years
4
of my
good
entire
years.
human
Mm-hmm.
existence? That's
It is the
ridiculous.
most.
Like some things that people say, it just in the moment when you're going through
Mm-hmm.
it seems like it makes
Yeah. Oh,
sense.
yeah. Well, it's what you've always heard. It's
But
what you've always heard.
it doesn't make
No.
sense when you say it out loud.
Right.
It doesn't make
No,
sense.
it doesn't. It makes no damn sense. It
Yeah.
makes no, yeah, it's just like perpetuating that lie. It's just perpetuating that lie. And you're like, yeah, in that time, you're like, okay, these are the platitudes that we, pacify ourselves with. And like, okay, sure. Then I've got 4 good years. This ass got 4 good years. And then couch cushion. You know what I mean? It's like, great. Now I know
Yeah.
what my role
It's
is.
over.
Yeah, and it's over and I have nothing to contribute. And
Good luck.
I'm just a decorative pillow in the life.
Pretty
Literally.
much. That's it.
But yeah, it
But
is crazy.
no,
That's insane.
it is. And like for me personally,
Mm-hmm.
like even coming from my own cycle experiences, I think what was really helpful for
Mm-hmm.
me was, yes, I went through this like ridiculous hormone
Yeah.
imbalance of like my thyroid
Mm-hmm.
being
Yep.
underactive, my liver, and I literally had on my blood work from my
Yeah.
doctor that my liver was completely out of range. It was not normal.
Mm.
And after learning more about hormonal health, the liver processes hormones.
Mm.
So there was literal proof that I had a hormonal imbalance, but she, as a
Right.
doctor, didn't know enough about hormones to be able to tell
I
me
see.
that.
I see.
So I'm like,
Right.
I was right.
Right.
No. And
But yeah, like
unfortunately,
operating from her limited scope.
she didn't
Right.
know, right?
Right.
And I just think that's the sad part
Right.
is, okay, you don't
Right.
know, but don't say like, well, this is your only option,
Right.
or, I guess because you don't want to look like you don't know,
Right.
maybe.
Right. Right.
But just say like, hey, well, if you feel like this, maybe you can speak to a hormone therapist
Right.
or, something else instead of just being like,
Well, this
that's
is
it.
just
That's
it.
all
Yeah,
I
this is
got for
this
you.
is how it goes. And then also too, like the creating the distrust within your body of like feel that gaslighting you mentioned of just being like, well, I know how I felt before, or how I
Yeah.
felt when I felt at my peak, when I felt my best. And
Mm-hmm.
to know that I've fallen off, and like to have someone just tell you like, well, no, like that's just all in your head. Like it's just all in your head. Like, I mean, that's a whole other podcast episode that I could just,
Yeah.
woo,
Yeah.
I could go. I might go. But but yeah, it's just that like to very lightly touch on that, like the distrust that comes within like, okay, well, then it's just me. and I just take it on and it's just me.
Yeah.
That's hard. And I feel like people are constantly being faced with that.
Oh
Like
yeah,
people with
for
chronic
sure.
illness are like, okay, well, I feel like shit all the time. Like, you can't tell me that something's right. Like, I'm not feeling
Yeah,
good. So what do you mean? I'm totally
exactly.
normal and everything's hunky dory. What do you mean?
Exactly. Exactly. And unfortunately, a lot of like tests and blood
Mm,
work is not it's not properly spread out and distributed amongst several different demographics.
yeah. Mhm.
So you're testing a normal
Mhm.
on who?
Right.
You're testing a normal on typically for a lot of things on Caucasian males is what the basis
Literally.
for so much of
Mhm.
like what we need health
Right.
wise for a lot of
Right.
people. So, especially for a lot of women of
Right.
color, we need more vitamin D.
Mm.
And a lot of women are vitamin D deficient, and that leads to a lot of reproductive health issues
Wow.
like fibroids and things of that nature. So,
Mhm.
when they go get their blood work done and
Yeah.
testing, they're telling them, "Oh, you're in normal ranges." "Oh, you're
Right.
not." You know what I
Right.
mean? And so there's just so much discrepancy.
Yeah.
There's not enough literal, not just representation.
Right.
It's not just only about representation, like, "Oh, well, I went to this doctor."
Right.
Like they all learn from the same textbooks.
Right.
So it's a matter of diversity and education and
Right.
knowledge
Mm.
versus just having people look differently.
Right.
I want
Right.
information that is tailored to
Mm.
what is for my body.
100%.
Yeah. So, I mean, in at first I was really frustrated with my doctor,
Sure.
like, yeah, get on birth control, sure,
Sure.
whatever. But after kind of learning a little bit more about the system,
Mm.
how much from a general physician
Sure.
standpoint, they're limited.
Yeah.
Like they get max maybe 25 to 40 hours out of their entire medical school
Mm.
history
Mm.
on nutrition.
Mm.
They don't know about
Right.
a lot of this stuff.
Right.
They just
Right.
don't. But in my mind, like I'm just thinking, expecting, oh, you're a doctor. You should know. Like,
Right. Right.
you should know all this
Totally.
stuff.
Yeah.
But they
No.
don't. And their job is to take care of the symptom,
Mm-hmm.
not to heal.
Mm.
And I think we think that doctors are for healing,
Sure.
but they, especially in US,
Right.
it's just to take care of whatever the symptom
Yes.
you're dealing
Right.
with.
Right. Right.
And if your symptom is hormone imbalance, I know as a doctor what's going to get you out of my office
Mm-hmm.
and fix your problem
Yeah.
temporarily is going to be birth control.
Right.
And most people struggle with making lifestyle changes or
Mm-hmm.
changing their diet
Mm-hmm.
or
Mm-hmm.
whatever, so they don't even give the option. They just say, "Hey, here you go."
Right. Right.
But that's not me though.
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean? I want to know how to take care of my body.
Right.
So it's just it's just different. So in that, that's why I'm here.
Yeah. And I mean, we're so glad for it because I think, and I can only speak to like just witnessing your journey from this standpoint, from like an unbiased third
Hmm.
party. Well, maybe a little biased. I love you. So yeah, a little
I
biased.
love you too.
A little biased. But I can't even imagine like how empowering and like gratifying it is to be able to say like, here you go, this is what it is, this is what you need,
Yep.
and from like a full
Hmm.
scope, from all areas of life, from all aspects of your life, not just one thing, and to empower
Hmm.
people. um what has that been like for you to like share this knowledge thus far with people and have your, people, your clients and your students, and come to you and all of that?
It's been
Yeah.
amazing. I've never felt so fulfilled in my whole life.
Mm.
Like I've always done things, you know what I mean? But it's always been that I've been a tool to help other
Sure.
people in the sense to
Yeah.
succeed or
Yeah. Yeah.
whatever. But to actually make change
Mm.
and like transformation
Mm-hmm.
based on like what they're telling me and what I can help them
Yeah.
with, and more importantly, as a woman, to feel like I actually love my body. Like I understand my body.
Yeah.
I have compassion.
Yeah.
Like I like to hear that.
Yeah.
It's just been like one of the greatest gifts,
Yeah.
honestly, to me
Yeah.
because I'm like I feel significant. I feel
Mm-hmm.
helpful,
Yeah.
truly helpful.
Mm.
And I like that's my goal. Like my goal is like I just whatever it is, I want women to feel amazing in their
Yeah.
bodies. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Because that's where we can feel kind of
Yeah.
limited, you know? And I don't want any woman to feel only great for max 2 weeks.
Right.
Like,
Right.
what sense does that make?
Right.
Like, you mean to tell me for 15 to 20 years of your
Mhm.
life you're gonna feel like shit?
Right.
No.
Right.
Like, no, I don't accept that.
Mm.
And I think sometimes, even in the spiritual
Yeah.
spaces, we can do a lot of spiritual
Yeah.
bypassing because we just don't have the answers.
Mm.
And so
Mm.
I've noticed that too a lot. And
Mhm.
I love the spiritual aspect because that is a big
Yeah.
piece. We are energy, we are emotion, we are
Yeah.
thought. So it can't just all be physical. That piece has to be
Right.
there. But I'll see a lot of other things in the spiritual
Mm.
community teaching in the cycle spaces.
Mm.
And a lot of the stuff that's being said is like,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
like, like some things I'll come across is like, if you feel these emotions, just feel it. Like you feel angry, if you feel like punching a wall, like that's normal. It's totally okay.
Mm.
Like that's just what comes with being a woman. It's like, no.
Mm. Mm. Mhm.
Like
Mhm.
you don't understand. Like a lot of women, especially when they deal with very severe
Yeah.
PMS, that can run into risk for contemplating ending their
Yes.
lives or
Yes.
like extreme
Yes.
depression when it literally is a hormonal imbalance. There's
Right.
something wrong. There's a deficiency
Right.
somewhere. So to say like, well, just feel it, some women cannot handle
Right.
that feeling. It is too
I agree.
much.
Mhm.
And I know it's coming from a good place. I
Sure.
know it's coming from good
Yeah.
intention, but it's like, please be careful because
Mm.
some women are really, truly
Right.
struggling when they don't have to.
Right.
And I don't want them to feel that at all.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I can definitely see how that would be like really frustrating to be like, okay, I'm sitting on all this knowledge here and
Mm-hmm.
then there's so much misinformation being spread and you're like I feel like I'm screaming into the void right now, just like trying to like like trying to help. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to help. I'm just trying
Yeah.
to help. I'm just trying to help. But yeah, I
Yeah.
think but I also keep imagining like a candle being lit and I often see this when I'm doing my work like when someone is enlightened and then they enlighten someone else and this candle keeps being lit and it's like a very
Mm-hmm.
like intentional process, a very gracious and intentional process. So like I could see like it's a slow burn. It's a slow burn. You know what I mean? And it may feel like an uphill battle
Yeah.
probably most of the time. I can only imagine just being like, that's not what this is, but and then being able to see it like, okay, my efforts are my efforts. They're efforting.
Yeah.
They're efforting. My efforts are efforting.
Absolutely, absolutely, for sure. So I
Yes.
get so happy when I
Yes.
get those like messages.
Yeah.
It's like, um, I didn't have any symptoms
Hmm.
and I didn't know when my cycle was
Yeah.
coming because I had no
Yeah.
symptoms, but this is really cool. Like
Yeah.
this is amazing.
Yeah.
One girl, she had like I think a copper IUD,
Mm.
which made her cramping like way like
Yeah.
torturous and like where she can't move or anything like
Yeah.
that. And just after applying everything, she's like, I feel better than I did like even when I was in before middle school.
Right.
Like I would struggle with this and
Wow.
like I can walk. Like this is
Wow.
amazing.
Yeah.
And a lot of the things are like really
Yeah.
simple.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I'm like, I
Yeah.
promise you don't have to deal with this. It's just you just have to know what's going
Yes.
on. And I think sometimes I think the biggest
Hmm.
challenge sometimes is that there's been a lot of suppression,
Yep.
oppression, dismissiveness with the female
Yes.
nature. And there's a lot of resistance, especially even hearing the word
Yep.
fertility. It's like, I don't want to be a mother.
Right.
No,
Right.
like
Right.
no fertility to me. I don't care about
Right.
fertility. And it's like, well, wait, calm down for just a moment. Um, our bodies,
Yeah.
though, it's not just in this womb space when it
Mm.
comes to fertility, it's your
Uh.
brain. It's your skin, it's your hair, it's your mood, it's your bones, it's your
What?
memory, it's your communication. It's
What?
literally every piece of you. So if we can get to this
Right, right.
space of
Maybe
just
neutrality for a second. Yeah,
embracing
yeah, yeah.
embracing our
Mm-hmm.
design
Mm.
for our body as opposed to our ego, we would get so much further.
Wow.
I
Wow.
promise.
You are laying me and Maddie out so hard right now as two hormone imbalanced girlies. We out here. You are laying us. I looked at Maddie and she covered her face.
It's like,
No, it's
oh
just, oh yes. No, it just, I think we're about to embark on something really big, Maddie. I think it's about to happen. We're about to be laid out. No, I think the wisdom that you just, the like embracing the design, oh, that like just rocked my to my core, honestly. Like embracing the design of what our bodies are, like of all things. And yeah, it's just stepping outside of this idea of being like a baby factory or just like an object of
yeah.
desire. It's like, what if it's just like, what if you're just a body and it's just healthy and you feel good? How's that? How's that for size? Let's try that on. And yeah, I
Yes.
love this. Like, I didn't realize it was, I mean, I didn't even realize that it was bigger than, like, I don't feel that same, like, on motherhood or whatever. Like, I don't feel that same, like, resistance, but, like, to even, like, tease it out to realize it's just so much more than what we, like, have, what has society has decided that's what it is. And this is all it is. And this is all it
Yeah.
can be. And
Yeah.
to tease it out and see it as, like, such a bigger thing is, like, really, really massive. Really massive.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah. It's real powerful
Yeah.
stuff. So that's why I'm like so excited to teach women. Like,
Yeah.
I want you to know the truth about your
Yeah.
body, and I promise you, you'll like completely fall in love. You'll probably cry a little
Yeah.
bit because you'll be like, Shh,
Yeah.
I feel kind of bad
Yeah.
for how I've been treating myself
Oh,
without
oof.
having that knowledge of knowing what was actually happening. But once you know it, like you can't unknow
Oh,
it.
yeah.
You
Oh,
know what I
yeah.
mean? It's just like I'm I'm like a freaking super
Yeah.
like
Powerhouse.
trust me.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we are like we have a lot of superpowers
Yeah.
that we just don't know.
Right. Ugh. I want to, there's been points of this conversation that I want to like burst out into tears about.
Get it all out,
No,
girl.
it's just, it's so, yeah, like to think that you, like, think you have to struggle for so long is like so sad to me. It makes me sad to think
Yeah.
like, because we just uphill battle so much of our lives, you know what I mean? Like, and we, the fact that we don't have to is like kind of disarming in a way, but like it's also like just like grief that comes with that. Like you said, like you're gonna cry a little bit. Like, yeah, like you're like, oh my gosh, like I didn't have to do this whole time, and like I just didn't know,
Yeah.
and now I know, and like, yeah, I just think that's magic right there. That is why your magic is on a 24-hour loop, because you are just changing lives left and right and empowering the masses. How do
Yeah.
you pour into yourself as someone, like, this is big purpose? You are someone with big
Mhm.
purpose, and you are like doing these things. You're enlightening these people. You're lighting this candle and, creating this repair, really. How do you manage? How do you take care of yourself? How do you balance all of this?
I'm so happy you asked me that because when I tried doing my business from before, which I didn't know what I was doing, I was all over the place. I
How do
can't
we
even
ever really
describe it
know?
to
Yeah, how do
you.
we ever know? How do we even know?
I I wasn't pouring into
Hmm.
myself
Hmm.
at all, and I didn't know how to manage
Yeah.
that because I was trying to pour information and all this stuff
Hmm.
into something that wasn't connected to me.
Mm.
So by
Hmm.
me actually doing what I'm doing, I literally can't help but pour into myself
Hmm.
because I am a
Yep.
woman and I naturally do the things that I'm providing.
Mm.
So
Per.
it's like this natural like cycle of me receiving as I'm
Love
giving.
that.
At times, yes, I had to step
Yeah.
back and say, girl,
Yeah.
get up from the
Hmm.
computer. They will have their information.
Hmm.
Go
Yeah.
walk, get some
Uh-huh.
sunlight, because you know what happens when you don't.
Right.
So I'm almost forced now because I have that information
Mm-hmm.
that I have. I just know, your body's like this biofeedback loop.
Mm,
So I know what it's communicating to me. I know what it's telling me, and I know when I'm not treating it well.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
now that I know that, I didn't know that
Right.
before, I know what's gonna happen when I don't.
Right. Right. Right.
So
Right.
I try to be a little bit more consistent. I will be better. I will do better
Mm-hmm.
going into the new year
Mm-hmm.
because I know more now. But at the very least, I kind of pour into myself by pouring into
Uh-huh.
others in this
Got
way
it.
because I am
That
aware,
makes
if that
sense.
makes
Yeah, that
sense.
makes a lot of sense. I mean, I could see it being like, yeah, like a constant loop of just like you getting it and giving it and giving it and getting it and
Yeah.
yeah, taking care of yourself and that's such a big important part of this journey. I think in my journey I find myself forgetting that I like it's all entwined, right? It's all entangled and
Mm-hmm.
it's all one thing. And so like while I'm trying to like make something shake over here, I'm completely neglecting the fact that like there's a whole ass physical body attached to this idea. Like a whole
Exactly.
body here. Like and that's yeah, that's a whole other conversation. But it's so heartwarming and inspiring and totally like I feel like the sense of like I don't know the energy of like anticipatory. I keep hearing like belly of the beast, like going into the belly of the beast, like, and I like it. It's a
Yes.
good churning. It's a good churning. Like oh, like there's so much to know. There's so much to learn. There's so much to gain.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. And I'm learning every
Yeah,
day. I mean, I just make it a point to research and learn more about things that don't apply to me so I can just be knowledgeable
wow,
and empathetic
yeah,
and
yeah,
understanding. But in that, you keep
yeah,
learning more. It's like, oh my
yeah,
God,
yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So I just it's almost like when you have like a yoga
Mm-hmm.
teacher that she's doing
Yeah,
yoga when she's
yeah,
teaching, so she's kind of taking care of her body
yeah.
at the same time. So it's kind of like that, but I do still have to be mindful
Mm,
to step
yeah,
away. Um, Taking care of the other things when I get stressed
yeah,
out or things aren't lining up properly,
yeah.
just, telling myself
Mm-hmm.
better affirmations, better stories,
Yeah, yeah.
and just making space and
Mm,
prioritizing what's most important, which is my health
yes.
and making sure that I keep that in the
Yeah.
forefront. Um, so yeah, that's how I keep on
The
track.
guides want me to
But I
ask
I
you
noticed
what you like to
that
eat. What's your favorite meal?
favorite meal.
I've never asked this on the
Huh.
podcast before, but my guides are like, ask her what she likes to eat. Ask her what her favorite meal is. I'm like, okay. I don't question.
What
Yeah.
what do I like to eat? I love Mexican
Yeah.
food.
Yeah.
I mean, who
Yeah.
doesn't,
It's
right?
good. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I mean, I could probably eat that any day of my
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
so
Yeah, it's so
good.
random, but I'm just thinking about like I don't know, like idea of like nourishing yourself. Maybe get Mexican food after this podcast.
There you
And
go.
but yeah, they were like, ask her what she likes to eat. Like, what's her favorite meal? I'm like, I don't know. I don't question. I'm just a messenger. I'm just here. Yes. Okay. So maybe this is your sign to go get Mexican food after this,
There you
and
go.
treat yourself a little bit because you deserve it. You deserve it.
Nourish your
To
body.
nourish your body, nourish yourself, nourish your body. I am so
Hmm.
in awe of you and like so lit up by you and your journey and
Oh,
like obviously like we connected on threads and like we've been connecting and following and looking and talking and all this stuff but like I'm so lit up by your journey and your purpose and where you're going and I was seeing you like years from now as like an older woman with all of this knowledge still like sharing this knowledge still sharing this knowledge I was like getting a little misty-eyed. I'm like wow, like you're gonna just go so far with
oh,
this information and have much so much to show for it too. Like it may not feel like that in the times and like I know we've talked about our like entrepreneur journey and like oh like dude I don't know what I'm doing, I'm trying so hard or like I'm just trying to make this work or whatever the case may be but like I just can full wholeheartedly say like you are going to take this so it's going to take you so many places. It needs
thank
to take you so
you.
many places and so many people are going to be able to like be nourished from your knowledge. So keep spreading the seeds, keep planting the seeds, keep doing what you're doing. I'm like, so I feel like so emboldened by your purpose, and I'm really excited to see what comes for you in the next couple of years, and how things unfold for you. I'm a
Thank you so
fan. I'm a
much.
fan. I'm a friend, and I'm a fan.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so
Yes.
much.
I also wanted to give you an opportunity as we start kind of wrapping up this conversation. This is a chance for you to shameless plug what if there's something that is on your heart that you want to share, program, word of wisdom, direct our listeners to something that you are like, this is it, people.
Sure, absolutely. Well, we have the Cycle Trinity program. It is available every 3 months. So it's an open and closed enrollment where you will learn everything about the female body. You'll learn about your cyclical nature. You'll learn about how to get rid of painful cramping and PMS. And then you also learn the patterns of yourself. So you'll be able to get the root causes of what's going on specifically for you. And then we'll work together and you'll take action and towards your goals. So I'm right here with you every 2 weeks. We check in, live group call. We have our wellness sessions together, and you have full access to tons of content for beauty recipes, bath rituals, exercises, hormone balancing, food recipes, all aligned with every phase of your cycle. So you are fully covered. So you can go to the link, you can go to the website, and that will take you right there.
I'll have all of your information in the show notes as well, so we can link all of that stuff for anyone who's interested in that.
Yeah, for sure.
Lindsey, wow, what a day.
What a day. This is awesome.
Thank you so much for just your knowledge, your know-how, for not giving up, for just like applying this knowledge to empower everyone, because you could have just kept it to yourself and empowered yourself.
I could have been like, girl, I'm thriving. I don't know what y'all doing. I'll never tell.
I'll never tell. I'm glowing from the inside, and I will never tell. And we're just so lucky that you have used your powers for good and are sharing it with us. I am so honored by you and your presence, not only just on this podcast and in this conversation, but in my life. And I'm so grateful to just all the things that you are and everything that you're becoming. And thank you for taking the time to do this with us today.
Thank you for having me. It's been so awesome just having you. I literally dreamt about you like probably a few weeks before we like really connected and exchanged numbers. And in that you were like, it was almost as if you were looking for me, and you said something to the extent of like, I'm looking for like my family, or are you in my are you a part of my family? Like a soul family type thing. Like I can't describe it, but you just like faded in. And then there was another instance where, okay, this is I'm sorry, I'm almost done. I'm gonna just
let it
quick story.
No, I love it.
I'm a very one of those like spiritual meanings type person.
Same.
I was getting out of my car one day, coming in home. This hawk just swooped in, snatched up the squirrel in front of me, and like flew off, right?
Oh my God.
And I was like, that's gotta mean something. And so in the process of me like writing out in my journal, and I have to find it and like maybe take a little snapshot for you. In the journal, I asked God, I was like, what does this mean? What does this mean? What does this mean? Anyways, by the end of the sentence, I said, take what you need. And I thought about your podcast, and I was like, it's Lexi.
Wow.
There's something with Lexi that we're supposed to connect in some way. I don't know how. So you definitely we have some kind of soul resonance with each other. And I'm very, very grateful for the cosmos of bringing you in, because when you came in, I was like, is this a real account? Like, is this some kind of like bot? Like, what is this?
Very real, very human.
I was like, oh, she's real. This is so cool.
I'm real.
So yes, thank you.
Oh, that did it. That did me in, sister. That got me good. You are my family. That's really beautiful, and I love that so much. That makes my heart so full. And yeah, this year has brought so many cool, beautiful people to my life, and you being one of them. So I really, again, can't express enough gratitude for what is blossoming between us.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for tuning into this week's episode of Take What You Need, the podcast. Wow. So much goodness was uncovered in this episode, and I'm going to be sitting with this for a long time. I always say that, but I really mean it with this one. Me and Maddie both are going to walk away with this and take it with us for a really long time. And with that, I encourage you to know that knowledge is power, nourish your body, and embrace the design. Take What You Need, the podcast was created by Lexi Bordeaux and Madeline Doss. Original music and production by Madeline Doss. If you'd like to book an in-person or virtual session with me, you can find all of my information for Light and Sable Healing in the show notes. If you enjoyed this episode, please add it to your library, follow the show, leave us a review, and send it to a friend. It's the best way to spread the healing that you just heard. I invite you to join on Patreon. Patrons of Take What You Need enjoy exclusive updates, minisodes, shoutouts on the show, Reiki sessions, and more. Go to the show notes for the link as well as all the links for our socials. This is a Bad Cat Audio podcast.